All right, y'all. Welcome back, y'all. Welcome back to the Hear Me Out podcast in association with you Hall of Fame builds. We got a lot to talk about, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. I'm gonna let some of y'all wonderful people roll up in here. Shout out, what up? You already know what time it is, dogs. You already know. This is getting really ridiculous, y'all. This is getting really ridiculous, and it's to the point that it has to be spoke about. This has to be spoken about. Right now, I could be enjoying myself playing 2K, but this has to be spoken about. So, because it has to be spoken about, I can't enjoy myself right now and play 2K. We're going to dive right in right now. We're going to go over quite a few videos, So just chill out. We're going to relax today, but we're going to put in this work. Like the stream, y'all, on the way in. Listen to me, y'all. Listen to me. So I want to start by saying this. I saw this post yesterday, and now all of a sudden, everybody's acting like it's breaking news. Now, you guys should have notifications turned on. So I want y'all guys to see this. You should have your notifications turned on by this time. Because y'all guys are already following me, following my story. I like to give a different perspective, right? And we're going to dive right in. But let's talk about this, right? One. So last night I saw this post. Actually, it was in the middle of the day yesterday. Where it says, Suge Knight predicts Trump would pardon Diddy if found guilty.
Mama,
yes.
it's Mama.
That's Mama, okay?
Mama.
That is Mama. Mama's home, okay? Go ahead, Mommy's home. Go open the door for her and give her a big hug and a kiss. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know how my son is. There he goes. So hear me, y'all. I need you guys to hear me out. Now, Suge Knight says that Trump will pardon Diddy if found guilty. That Diddy's owed a lot of favors. Look, from prison, Suge spoke on Diddy's federal trial, and he made a bold prediction. If Diddy's found guilty, Trump's going to pardon him. Woo. Now, I want to say this. Cause people aren't really talking about it yet. Now, there are some women who are already like, oh, you see, if Kamala Harris was in office, this wouldn't have happened, XYZ. Shut up. We don't want to hear that. Now, he goes, Knight claims Diddy has favors with the government and is confident he'll be all right. He even compared it to when Trump pardoned Death Row co-founder Harry O and back in 2021. I want you guys to understand something. People, y'all were the ones that were screaming, Donald Trump is a racist. He's a racist this. He's a racist that. He doesn't like black people this. For as long as I could remember, throughout the 42 years of my life, all I have ever seen is, what happens? All I have ever seen is Donald Trump with black folks. This is all I have ever seen throughout the entire life of mine. I've seen him. First of all, most of you guys don't even know. Do you guys know that Mike Tyson was managed by Donald Trump? Donald Trump used to manage Mike Tyson. That's why even when Mike Tyson came out of jail for the last time, he just said, yo, here, hold this 10 million. And when Tyson went to go pay it back, he said, I don't want it back. That was for you. I love you. Donald Trump has, you see, hear me, y'all, hear me out. I'm going to say this again. The problem with y'all, the problem with society is y'all too damn emotional. Y'all too damn emotional. And last time I checked, Donald Trump has been rocking with black folks since the beginning of. Donald Trump has been around and chilled and hung out and partied with more black folks than Barack Obama and Kamala Harris together. So let's, people, this is what, and this is why, hear me, this is why you guys are gonna be mad no matter what. Y'all gonna be mad no matter what. Cause there's no pleasing y'all. You wanna know why? Cause there's no understanding. And I gotta say this. When it comes to, now you got people talking about colorism. People wanna see, people are saying Cassie isn't innocent because she's a young, beautiful, light-skinned woman. People, the reason why nobody feels Cassie is innocent is because of the things that she has recorded and done on her own will. People, are you fully aware? See, and hear me out. Now, I'm going to say some things throughout the duration of this live stream because a lot of you guys got it twisted. Now, speaking about people who got it twisted, now, y'all guys know I rock with Hassan Campbell. Hassan Campbell fam, that's my nigga. But on this video right here, listen, this is the reason why I think certain people, when it comes to certain topics, people really need to just stay quiet. Cause you wanna know what? Hassan is a father of daughters. So he's overly emotional. And it's showing. And this is, and I want you guys to understand. People, he literally is on trial for things that they're not even discussing in the courthouse. People, I wanted to sit back and play 2K and play some Dunk Fest, and I got time to do it, but I had to get to this. Why? Because this is the issue. Now, Hassan's video is a lot of people are divided when it comes to the Cassie Diddy situation. No, people aren't divided. What's happening is this. The women of society are actually getting tired. People, Diddy is not on trial for a sex crime. So women are getting tired of other women falsely using the victim card when there are actually, there are true victims out there. Now, I'm going to play this video from Hassan because I need y'all guys to understand. This is the reason why Haas is all the way wrong. And because you want to know what? And I could tell, I'll put money on it. And now, like I said, Haas is my man, but I'll put money on it. Haas is not reading the transcript. Haas is not watching the full testimony. Haas ain't watching it, cause you're gonna hear a bunch of lies. You're gonna hear Haas say a bunch of lies. And this is what's dangerous about people who are content creators. And if you're not gonna say exactly what's being said in the court, then this is where I'm gonna respectfully say, this is where niggas gotta shut the fuck up. This is where niggas gotta back off, cause niggas is too emotionally invested. Now, like I said, am I here for Diddy? I don't give a shit about Diddy either way. I don't give a shit about Cassie either way. Both of them are wrong. Both of them have both engaged in this shit together. Now, let's listen to Haz's video. Cause this is the problem that I have with certain content creators. Now, Ringo is going on a campaign saying he was the first person that was saying all these content creators are just trying to get the bag for Cassie. That's why a lot of content creators, hear me, a lot of content creators are trying to side with Cassie just so as women come into their live stream, their subscriber numbers would go up. I want women to listen to what's being said. Why? Because if it's you, yes, you, woman, you, if you were in the same boat and you were really a victim, I would really want you to get your justice. Versus Diddy's not on trial for what everybody is talking about right now. So now that's the purpose. Now, so Ringo's like, he was the first one. Ringo, you were OG, I get it. Stop. You exaggerated, my boy. But cause I've been on people's asses all week long saying, y'all dudes gotta stop simping for this lady right here. But now let's go. Now let's pay attention. Let's listen to Haz.
A lot of people are divided.
Pay attention.
When it comes to Cassie and Diddy.
Cause you guys are gonna see, hi Papa Lindos, bring that to mommy. You shouldn't even have that in your face. Mommy used to wear that all the time and it's dusty. Oh. Cause I want you guys to I want you to understand. You're listening to somebody who's biased. And this is dangerous. This is dangerous. But let's go.
A lot of women.
Yes.
Are against Diddy.
Yes.
And a lot of women are for Diddy.
Okay.
Some females feel like Cassie was with it and she got what she deserved.
How are we feeling? How are we feeling about Cassie now? I just want to say this. A long time ago, I said, I don't believe Cassie. I don't believe she was ever a victim. And let me tell you something. It's so many people talking about, oh, she didn't want to upset him. She didn't want to this. They was texting. She was in a safe space. You mean to tell me she can leave the relationship, go get married to the help, unharmed, but she was that scared of him? No. I said a long time ago. Now,
you have to listen to what she said. A lot of their messages were on texts. If you're not in front of your accuser or the person if you're not in front of the predator, what's the situation here? You could have ran off right then and there, but she didn't. People, like the young lady said last night, I showed you the video where she was like, do I gotta play it back? Hold on. I'm gonna play it back for y'all. Hold up. Cause I want y'all guys to understand how women really feel. Real women across the whole world actually feel more like this. And fellas, what did I tell you guys? What have I been telling you guys for the longest time? I've been telling you guys for the longest time that the minute you start seeing women stand up for men, it's a problem. It's gonna be a problem. Now, I'm not gonna play the video for a long time because I have videos to play today. And I really want to get to Judge Joe Brown and what he really had to say. Because I've been telling you guys about this as well. But hold up. I want y'all to, just to refresh your memory about last night. Hold up. I want to refresh your memory. Because this is how women are feeling all over the place. Where we at? Right here. Pay attention, y'all. You gotta catch up, dog. Gotta catch up slowly but surely, dog.
It got over 8 million views. It's one of the first.
I can't stop right now in the middle of the train.
So what I've learned from this Diddy trial is that I might be a man. I ain't gonna lie. I must be a man. And I say that I might be a man because it seems like the majority of women feel like anything a woman does in her early adulthood that is bad, she shouldn't be held accountable for if it was done in the name of love. Like, are y'all understanding what I'm trying to say? Like,
She cooking.
It's like
She cooking.
regardless of what evidence is presented, women are finding excuses. Like, I don't have, as a woman, I don't think God gave me that gene to make excuses for shit that is clearly inexcusable. Like, she's literally sending messages, initiating the freak offs. She was literally on the stand and said, I wanted to do them because I didn't want him to do them with anybody else. She said in the text message,
Now, people, did you hear what she just said? Did you hear what she just said? See, people, we live in a clown world. We live in a clown world. Only in America do we feel whatever a woman does between 18 to 30 should be excusable because her fucking frontal lobe, her esophagus muscle's not developed. Whatever the fuck muscle isn't developed, her tonsils aren't fully projecting yet. So there's always a fucking excuse when it comes to a woman. And I'm tired of this shit. And even women are getting tired of this shit. That there's always a fucking excuse. Ready? Like I said. So why don't we excuse young men's decisions? I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. Free Carmelo Anthony. Yo, free my nigga Carmelo Anthony, bro. The nigga was 17, 18 years old when he poked that boy up who was bothering him because he was in the wrong spot. They could have handled that much better. But you know what? Hey, free Melo Anthony, dogs. Free the homie, bro. Because he was actually a youngster. Now, Cassie, here's the next thing. Cassie, people, I want you to hear the lies. I want you to hear all the lies Hassan is about to say. And this is why, like I said, I fuck with Hassan. I fuck with him. Hard body karate. But this is the problem that I have with Haz. Right? Because you're going to sit here and literally overpass all the truth that came out. But let's keep going. It's crazy.
And I got chewed up for it. Cassie got jealous when he saw how he put Young Miami on.
That is a fact.
She started thinking about all the disgusting stuff she was doing with him, and she left with nothing. And she like, damn, he just turned Miami up overnight. Done turned her into a millionaire overnight. Young Miami ain't even rapping no more because she got her own show. She the face of this, face of that. She was getting money. He put Miami in position, and he never put Cassie in position. Nobody is a sex slave. I'll tell you right now, I know some females who are into all that stuff that they saying. I would never expose because I'm the type that listen but don't judge. But I can tell you right now, I know some females who into everything that they're saying. Nobody's forcing them. No.
Now, Now, that what she specifically said is exactly what came out in the courtroom. How Cassie was jealous that Diddy was still, you know, doing whatever he was doing with Kim Porter. She was jealous of Kim Porter. People, listen. This is why it's dangerous for certain people to speak when they're speaking with an emotional or from an emotional standpoint, because then what tends to happen is the message gets skewed. But listen to me. Yes. Was Cassie a jealous woman? 100%. Was Cassie jealous that, yes, Diddy put young Miami? Yeah, listen. I can't tell you why Diddy chose to put Young Miami on before Cassie. I can't tell you. I'm not Diddy. But for Cassie herself to express high levels of jealousy while dealing with Diddy, that's dangerous. But let's keep going, because I want you to hear the lies that Hassan is going to say. And this is why I say everybody should not be talking about this situation, because this situation right here is a sensitive one. And because Hassan is a man, he's a father with girls, he feels some kind of way. But you hear women, people, listen, I know women who are dominatrix. I know women who are into that burn me with candles and shit. That bitch, I wish you fucking would burn me with a fucking candle. I knock you upside your fucking head. I wish the fuck you would. Like you but like that bitch, put that shit over there. That shit better be going on a candle stand. This ain't no fucking Wolf of Wall Street shit here. Ain't no fucking Wolfie. Ain't none of that shit going on here. Ain't no safe words here. We don't play those games over here. You understand what I'm saying? Now, let's continue. Shout out to the 78 in the live stream. If y'all new here, subscribe to the channel if you want to. Hit the like button, y'all, and turn on notifications, because what's being said now is this trial is probably gonna go on for the next month or so. Pretty much almost like the next month and a half. So I'm on this. Now, what I didn't know, let me say this. Now, what I didn't know is somebody did hit me and said something about there's a law that, see, I wasn't aware of this. The reason why they were trying to hold Cassie till the last second, I didn't know that. But because Diddy asked for a speedy trial and they granted it to him, they had to put Cassie first. Why? Because I didn't know, even by law, a woman is guaranteed certain right. She's guaranteed a certain time, like 6 months after a pregnancy. By law, she would not be able to cooperate in any way. So they put their best witness first. That's not good. So if this was the best they have, this ain't looking too good. Now listen to me, y'all. Shout out to the 105 in the live stream. Hit the like button, y'all. I'm turning up right now. But now I want to say this. So far we already went over that it was breaking news that yesterday Suge Knight said, don't be surprised if Donald Trump pardons Diddy. Cause Diddy's owed a lot of favors by a lot of politicians, so don't be surprised. So when Suge said that, nobody was shocked. I'm surprised nobody's even speaking about it. But when I saw Suge do an interview and said, Diddy's gonna be fine. Diddy is too connected to politicians that they're gonna pardon Diddy. And then what do? Then all of social media is gonna go crazy. But you ready? Now, I wanna say this. Where was the outrage when you feminists, yes, you feminists, you pro-women, right? Ready? All y'all, when Joe Budden said, I'm not gonna pardon my son, I'm gonna let him take his trial and be a man, and let him, on his way out the office, he pardoned his whole family. Where was the outrage? And you see, that was the downfall to Kamala Harris. That was the downfall. That in transition, he pardoned his son. And people were like, but I thought that you said you wasn't going to pardon him. Did you really think? Why do you listen to these politicians, y'all? Why do you listen to them? Hit the like button, y'all. We got 120 in the building and my likes haven't moved. Get my likes up. Why do you think he pardoned his son? You think that he trusted the situation in Trump's hands? Hell no. He said, let me go ahead and get my family out of this jam. So now, don't be surprised if Trump comes and says, you know what? I'm using my pardon now. I'm pardoning Diddy. And women are going to lose their minds. Sorry for that, Mike. Women are going to lose their minds all over the place. Look, Trump he's this, he's a misogynist, and blah, 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 blah. So? But now, let's dive into this. Now, I want you guys to listen to the lies that Hassan is about to say. And like I said, this is how you know Haz is not watching or listening or watching the transcripts or reading full testimony. Haz is fam. So I'm not talking about him as a person. I'm saying he's letting his emotions get the best of him. And with the evidence out there, he should know better than to jump out the window the way he's about to. But let's go.
Personal. It's easy to paint somebody as a monster.
Best and worst breakfast for your waistline.
Eggs? If you're gonna get eggs, these are the kind to get the pasture raised.
And some females feel like y'all bugging.
And we skipping right over the formalities today. I don't give me so hot, I'm in disbelief. So many questions, first things first. Is we doodling this? You would think this case is so serious. Doodling this. It's giving doodle. I don't care about no cameras in the courtroom. Why is this not on TV? I'm really trying to what is going on here? Then, if that's not enough, to add to the confusion, he up here looking like George Jefferson. He urgently needs a box of hair dye.
Okay, so now, if you guys don't know what she's doing, this is called, Kevin Samuels said it best, right? This is called shaming tactics. This is shaming. What is this? Shame? No, what is this? He said, what is it? He said, something about, some insults, the need to be right, all kind of people. She's talking about Diddy's hair dye. This is a woman who's emotional. She is emotional. Like, what are we talking about? Diddy out here where he's in the need of some serious hair dye. Like, that's a part of your message?
Enough of the jokes, though. Let's get to the facts of why I'm really pissed off. I came up here to say that this is male-centered and or nothing at all, and I'm in straight disgust, straight disbelief.
Male-centered. Number one, let's be clear, y'all. If she really had a real serious message, she wouldn't have had so many takes. Now, Haas, you fucked up. You used this video. You the one that wanted to use somebody that needs to take a million takes, where the first lady, she just ran through what she had to say. This lady needed to take takes after take after take. This is bad. But anyway, like I said, Haas, you posted this. It is what it is. Let's keep going, though.
The amount of women I see in the comments defending this man to the ends of the earth. Out of thin air, like we all of a sudden don't know what he's even arrested for.
Ready? Like, we don't know what he's arrested for. He's arrested for extortion, continuously running a criminal enterprise, which they haven't proven, and trafficking, which they haven't proven yet. They haven't proven anything. Any three of the charges, they haven't shown or proven anything yet to the courts at all. Now, so obviously this woman is emotional. She clearly doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. She's listening to probably one of these FNS channels who are just saying, yes, you go girl, you go girl. And like I said, there are content creators who are out here right now catering to women. Maybe that's what Haas is doing. Maybe he's just trying to cater to the woman to get more of a female audience. I don't give a fuck about a female audience. I want the women who are going to be here, who are going to logically use their brain and be willing to hear the information that is being given from her mouth, her own agency, her admitting it, yet with the proof. But let's keep going.
Throw up in all honesty. You would think I knew this man personally. You would think he was one of your family members. You would think he changed your life for the better in some way, shape, or form, the way y'all going so hard as women. And this is exactly why the world moves how it does, and men don't respect us. Fuck what we feel, what we got going on. First,
look how many takes she got. How many takes does she need? How many takes does she need? People, this lady is crazy. Men don't respect women today because women don't respect themselves. Let's just call it what it is. Fellas. All right, hold on. Y'all niggas ain't. I'm sitting right here. Y'all don't get my likes up, y'all. Get my likes up, cause I'm still sitting on my 20 likes. Get my likes up, y'all. Get my likes up. Stop playing. Like, y'all see I'm putting in work for y'all. Get my likes up. The more you like the video, it shows YouTube you like what I'm doing, and it pushes me more in the algorithm. Let's be respectful. Let's go ahead and hit the like button, y'all. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. Hit the like button. That's why it takes so long to reach so many people, because we got 79 in the building and we got 26 likes. Hit the like button so more could see this from a different perspective. But let's keep rocking and rolling. I'm going to keep rolling because hopefully you guys are going to be respectful by the time I look back over here again and I see it. But let's keep going.
First things first, before I go any further, if you've never been in a DV relationship, speaking, forming an opinion, that's one. Two, y'all are saying the dumbest shit I've heard in my life, and it really has me concerned for the intelligence of the whole entire country. Imagine.
Now again, how many takes does she need? Now ready? If you've never been in a DV relationship, you shouldn't be talking. So obviously she's speaking from a place of trauma. She is clearly speaking from a place of trauma. People, I could be sitting down playing 2K right now, but I gotta do this. I could be doing my gaming content, but I gotta do this. But I'll be on my gaming content later, so hit the like button, y'all. But now pay attention.
The audacity to sit there and say, oh, Cassie was paid, I don't even know why she's taking the stand. Oh, she wanted all of that, she consented to all that. So we magically forgot the video in the hotel where he beating her down like she had. And what are we talking about? Do y'all hear how y'all be sounding? How about we start?
Here goes another clip. Now I'm gonna say this again. What y'all fail to realize is this. She's saying, are we gonna forget the clip of the whole situation, the DV situation in the hotel lobby? Diddy is not on trial for DV. He is. People, what is so hard to understand. You want to know why people are like, you don't see what he's on trial for? You want to know why they keep saying that? Because that means the prosecutor would have to drop these charges. They would have to drop, listen, y'all, they would have to drop these charges. And then, listen, they would have to, the same thing I've seen happen with other rappers, they would have to drop these charges, and the minute, Diddy gotta be ready for it though, the minute Diddy walks out of the courtroom, they're gonna drop DV criminal charges on him. And now he's gonna have to listen. But listen, have anybody ever heard of double jeopardy? Has anybody ever heard of double jeopardy? Listen, has anybody ever heard of double jeopardy? Listen to me, y'all. They're using all this DV shit now. So if they drop the case, they can't use it on him again. They can't use none of this shit on him. What else are you gonna use? What else are you gonna use? What else are you gonna use? So this is the reason why they're trying to push it on him now, because women are like, this is DV and he needs to be jailed. Diddy's not on trial for DV. He's on trial for extortion. He's on trial for running a continuing criminal enterprise and for trafficking. And so far, they haven't proven any of those. So by them bringing Cassie is hurting their case. So women are like, I've been in a DV relationship. People, if you didn't hear what she just said, listen to her. Because she's just raging.
Forming an opinion, that's one. Two, y'all are saying the dumbest shit I've heard in my life, and it really has me concerned for the intelligence, and men don't respect us. Fuck what we feel, what we got going on. First things first, before I go any further, if you've never been in a DV relationship, forming an opinion, that's one.
If you've never been in a DV relation, he's not on trial for DV. And this is the reason why they're trying to pin this criminal charge on him now while he's in there. But the defense is like, get that shit out of here. Get that shit out of here. Cause you wanna know what? You wanna bring those charges? Cool. Drop all three of these charges and bring him in here for that. But they know if they drop the charges, all the evidence used right now, they can't use it in the actual case. So they fucked up. But let's keep on going. He goes, they can't use anything they have dropped against them if they, right. Even if they try to. But let's continue listening to this moron.
Two, y'all are saying the dumbest shit I've heard in my life, and it really has me concerned for the intelligence of the whole entire country. Imagine the audacity to sit there and say, oh, Cassie was paid. I don't even know why she's taking the stand. Oh, she wanted all of that. She consented to all that. So we magically forgot the video in the hotel when he beating her down like she... And what are we talking about? Do y'all hear how y'all be sounding? How about we start with the fact that Diddy was 36 years old. 36 years old when he met Cassie at 19. From there, we got a big problem. What do you...
Now, people, here's the next lie. See, and this is where Hassan went wrong. And I'm going to prove to you where Hassan Campbell, this is my guy, so I can speak respectfully. Because respectfully, respectfully, you out here sounding and looking stupid. You looking stupid right now. But let's keep going. 19, right?
What are you talking about? And then to really sit there and act like this man is not a monster because Cassie's entered the chat. Did we forget the baby oil? Did we forget Kim Porter? Did we forget him blowing up cars? What are we talking about?
Okay. Is this what he's on trial for? No. So nothing, you see, people, they're trying to throw the kitchen sink and nothing is sticking. This is why the jurors are like, what are we talking about here? But let's keep going.
But like I said, I'm deeply, deeply disappointed and disgusted with the women. We don't stand on shit. We're never unified when it comes to each other. I'm honestly embarrassed to be a woman. Like, all we do is stand behind these men about us. I've never seen men go so hard the way y'all been doing it for these men who don't about you. I'm disgusted.
Like y'all all.
First of all, I'll say this again. Women get treated like trash and they're not respected today because women don't respect themselves. I want to make sure I stand clear on that. Women don't respect themselves. When women want to sit here and go on foodie calls, when women want to sit here and say that they could drug men and they used to rob them, men don't respect women. When women want to intentionally get pregnant by Anthony Edwards and then try to move to another state to take advantage of unlimited child support in California, and then all of a sudden that judge moves you back to Atlanta and now you fucked with a child only getting 1.2 million for 18 years. You see, people, men don't respect the dumb shit you women are doing. The dumb shit you women are standing on. But now let's listen to Hassan talk lies. Let's listen to Hassan talk nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. Listen, y'all.
All the way bugging. Here's how I feel.
Hi.
Right?
Now, you heard what he said. Here's how I feel. Now, number one, he's already wrong. Because you're injecting your feelings on something that should be taken with a logical thought process. Because us as grown men, that's how we deal with shit. Logically. So he's already fucking it up. But let's go.
If Diddy wanted Cassie to be a doctor, she would have been a doctor. If Diddy wanted Cassie to be a nurse, she would have been a nurse. If Diddy wanted Cassie to be a scientist, she would have went to school for science.
Now, let's deal with that statement. Let me tell you why Hassan is lying. Yo, put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard this in your life. Shout out to the 127 in the live stream. I need y'all to hit the like button, y'all. I don't want to go to commercial break. So please hit the like button. I want to cook and keep this shit moving along. Hit the like button, please. Thank you. Listen to me, y'all. Pay attention. If you ever heard this in your life, put a 1 in the chat. Ready? Listen. Whether it was your mom, your dad, a school teacher, your uncle, your baby moms, whoever. If you ever heard this next sentence, tell me by putting a 1 in the chat. Now, if you can't comment yet in the chat, okay, cool. Hit the like button. If you can't comment in the chat yet because you're new here and you're new to subscribe and you gotta wait to hit the like button. Ready? If you ever heard this in your life, you could lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. If you ever heard that in your life, put a 1 in the chat. And if you can't comment, hit the like button. Listen to me. Listen to me. If you ever heard in your life, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make him drink. Put a 1 in the chat. And if you cannot comment right now at the moment, hit the like button to show me that you listening. And if you want to hit the super chat to tell me that you're super listening, hit the super chat. Why not? I would appreciate it. Now, this is the first lie. Ready? Look. You already know. Teach a man to fish. Listen. So Haas was like, if she wanted to be a doctor, if he wanted her to be a doctor, she would have been a doctor. If he wanted her to be a lawyer, she would have been a lawyer. My nigga. But if she didn't want to be a lawyer, Diddy couldn't do shit. Lie number one. People, See, I'm gonna unravel how Hassan is emotional because he's a father that has daughters. So instead of him saying, let me make sure that my daughters understand this concept, and I'm gonna do it different. Now, he's going the emotional route, trying to blame it all on Diddy. But Cassie's a grown woman. Like I showed you in the previous video, we gotta stop excusing women's behavior because, oh, she's a young girl. Fellas, a 22-year-old woman, a 21-year-old woman is not a young girl. Stop saying that dumb shit. Because I'm going to say it again till the day I die. Then free Carmelo Anthony. Because Carmelo Anthony is legitimately 17, 18 years old when he poked up that dude. So we got to free him. Let's free him, because he didn't know what he was doing. Why? Because his frontal interlobe, his esophagus muscle ain't developed. Let's free him before we free Cassie. Now, I ain't saying Diddy. Listen, y'all. I am not with Diddy. I am not with Cassie. I'm just trying to bring y'all guys a logical take so you can understand what's all this mishaps. Now, let's continue to hear Hassan lie. Go ahead.
If Diddy told Cassie that he wanted her to be a pastor and lead all the women to the pulpit and bring them to church, Cassie would have did whatever Diddy wanted her to do. Diddy being a 37-year-old man, Cassie being a 19-year-old woman, the only thing he wanted for her was for her to drink his yellow juice.
Here's another lie. See, people, I'm going to break this down. Ryan Leslie was with Cassie. So if anything, the person who we should be questioning that maybe was with Cassie when she was younger is Ryan Leslie. Because Diddy wasn't with Cassie at 19, Haas! What are you lying for? Because Cassie took the stand. This is how you know Haas is not watching the case. See, because he's like, what is he doing with a 19-year-old? Blah, 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 blah. He's just fucking spewing out the mouth. Because Cassie literally proved and showed text messages and said Diddy did not engage with Cassie until she was 21 years old. Lie number two. Lie number two. She should have never been a part of that in the beginning when she knew when she knew she wasn't right. Hear me. I'll answer that in a minute. So if Cassie said, so now Hassan is trying to do a Houdini. Hassan is saying, nah, she was 19. But Cassie is saying she was 21. So who do you believe? Cassie? And what the court documents showed? Or Hassan Campbell and his emotional feelings? Because the court showed that Cassie cheated on Ryan Leslie with Diddy, and she was already 21. The first time Diddy ever kissed her was on her 21st birthday in Las Vegas. You see, I'm giving the proof, my nigga. Haas, if you watching, I'm giving the proof, my nigga. It was already in a court in Las Vegas on her 21st birthday, where she said she didn't know she didn't know all these celebrities. All she knew was Diddy and Ryan. How old was she, y'all? Put it in the chat. How old was Cassie when she herself said that Diddy and her first engaged? She said it was 21. So Haas is like, What are you doing with a 19-year-old? Second lie. Let's keep going. Now let's read some of these comments. He said she should have never been a part of that in the beginning. Now, as I showed you guys yesterday, the video of the other girl from Dirty Money, which, listen, one girl is going up against Diddy. She's testifying against Diddy. But the other girl said, no, I didn't see. There was no holding Cassie against her will. Cassie was the one that we watched strip teasing and stripping and doing lap dances for everybody when she first got to Bad Boy. So we already know that other chick from Dirty Money, her testimony is gonna be out the window soon too. But now let's keep listening to the lies that Hassan keeps on saying. This is why I said it's very dangerous to listen to people who are biased. Cause he has girls, so then don't talk about this, my nigga. Don't talk, because you're lying in front of your whole audience. And if anybody's paying attention and somebody calls you out, you have no legs to stand on. Now, let's read the next comment. Andrew says, she was with him till the money didn't cover. I hear you. Next one says, yup, she exposed her own self. So now we all know that Diddy didn't touch her till she was 21. Now let's hear more lies. Hold up. I want to say thank you guys for subscribing to the channel, y'all. I'm so grateful. Thank you. I do this every single day. This trial is going to be going on for the next month and a half. Listen, Monday, Wednesdays, and Friday mornings, I have Man Talk, where I try to keep guys educated and keep you guys strong in the morning with different things. And now, some of you guys, for those who are new here, my name is Michael May. I am a man of God. I am a man of the Most High, Yahshua HaMashiach. I believe in Jesus the Christ. So y'all guys know where I stand. I am also a man that I practice polygyny. Those who know me, I practice polygyny the biblical way. And everything I speak on has biblical principles. And I do know when to speak in the natural, and I know when to speak in the spirit. Right now, I'm speaking in the natural. So you guys don't get it twisted on who I am. So God has given me this fire to give this to you guys. He goes, I used to watch this dude. He a clout chaser. I mean, listen, there are content creators right now who are trying to grow their female audience, so they are caping for Cassie. I want women to watch me when I do my male content, because I love women. Ladies, we got 123 in the live stream, so there's probably about 5 ladies watching. To the 5 ladies, listen, let me show you what I do. Listen to me. I try to keep the men strong. I want the men to get back to being men, so you women can also have an easier transition to having good men in your life, versus saying that men are toxic. Men are supposed to be toxic. Men are supposed to be masculine. We're supposed to have a higher level of testosterone. We're supposed to. But y'all guys wanting to be in love with these feminine men, I'm not about that. I want niggas to get their bread right. I want men to get their life right. True Hall of Fame, though I do gaming content on here, True Hall of Fame is not about games. It's a lifestyle. You know what? I have an i8 parked outside in one of my garages. I want you to have an i8. I have a 5 Series outside. I want you to have a 5 Series. I have an X5 outside. I want you to have an X5. I have a Hummer 2 outside. I want you to have a Hummer 2. I have 3 houses. I want you to have 3 houses. But we got to keep the men strong. That's what I do here. Ain't no pussyfied shit over here. Now, let's get back to the case. Let's get back to the lies that Hassan is saying.
And some of y'all don't have a problem with that. So wheel up, bring it back, come rewind. Out of all the things in the world that he could have did with that girl, She would have did anything. Cassie being a 19-year-old woman, the only thing he wanted for her was for her to drink his yellow juice.
I'm not sure what he's saying there.
And some of y'all don't have a problem with that. So he look.
Because he didn't want her to drink his yellow juice. He wanted her. Actually, he didn't even want her. She wanted the male E-court to pee in her mouth. That wasn't even what Diddy said. And she even said that in the court. The actual male escort that testified said, Diddy didn't instruct that. Cassie told me to pee in her mouth. Lie number 3. That's already 3 lies. Let's keep going.
We look, bring it back and rewind. Out of all the things in the world that he could.
Prophet says, true, that's the difference between you both. You are not being biased to cater to females, but he is, and a lot of his things he does is hypocritical. All right, I guess. Like I said, I ain't tearing him down. This Hassan is family, but in this video, he's absolutely wrong. And people, I ain't going nowhere. I got time today. I got a few more videos for y'all guys to go. So we already discussed that Trump is probably gonna pardon Diddy, and now we on to this.
Would have did with that girl. She would have did anything to please him. She loved him in her.
Ready? My wife would do anything to please me. My wives would do anything to please me. That's what that's what they fucking do. The same way I would do anything for my wife. I have this joke with her. She always goes, honey, can you wash the dishes? I go, see, I will do anything for love, but I won't do that. Listen, I fucking hate standing there washing dishes. Now, I got some dishes to still wash. Like, I'll put them in the dishwasher in a heartbeat. But it's a little joke that I have. You know what I'm saying? I always tell her, she goes, King, can you wash dishes for me? And I will do anything for love, but I won't do that. Just joking with her, you know what I'm saying? But let's keep listening.
Own sick, twisted, young way. She would have did anything for that man. I'm not okay with the fact that a grown man would seek out a 19-year-old young lady, and instead of her,
once again, seeking out a 19-year-old lady. The lies just keep continuing. The lies just keep continuing. See, he keeps saying 19. She was not 19, but let's keep going.
Becoming the most beautiful young lady in the world, the most powerful young lady in the world, next to this powerful man, he didn't want her to be a school teacher or teaching young ladies how to be singers and how to move around and maneuver through the music industry.
But she didn't want to do it neither.
Required her to service other men. Because word on the street, or word on these YouTube streets, is that his magic stick ain't adding up. It's the size of a Tootsie Roll. And because of that, he can't satisfy a man, nor can he satisfy a woman. So he sits in a corner and watches them do what he can't do. But I'm going to say it again. Diddy paid that girl $20 million The hotel paid $10 million because they took accountability. Diddy paid $20 million because he know that he was wrong.
Here's another lie. Here's another lie. Now, the reason why Diddy gave her the money is the same reason why they told Shannon Sharp to pay this girl the $50,000, for the same reason why they tell other celebrities to pay a certain amount of money. Why? So that way it doesn't have to ruin your reputation. That's the only reason why. So for him to say he did it because he was guilty. The only reason why Cassie went after the hotel and nobody knew till the trial, they paid her the day before the trial because the tape did embarrass Cassie. And it was the hotel's fault why the tape got out. So they paid her for damages. Yes. It's embarrassing what she had to deal with. Yes. She agreed to the $20 million from Diddy for the same reason Shannon Sharp was pushed to do so. For the same reason, ready? We've heard of, so y'all guys never heard of, who was the quarterback, y'all, from the Pittsburgh Steelers? Who was the quarterback, y'all? The burger guy, the hamburger dude, the hamburger guy. That the fuck is this nigga's name? The hamburger guy, the one that beat his wife. Roethlisberger's, yes, this nigga right here. The same reason, Ben Roethlisberger, the same reason he gave the money to his wife was so it wouldn't damage his reputation. It came and went. It ain't got nothing, because if Diddy was to go to trial like it is right now, this is the reason why they brought it up in the trial. Haas, if you watching Haas, this is why they brought it up in the trial. Like, didn't you just get paid $10 million the day before the trial from the hotel? Yes. Didn't you have a tour booked? Yes. Why did you cancel the tour? She canceled the tour. She was gonna be an underlink on a tour to make money because she had no money. So now she got 10 million. And then she got 20 from Diddy. Why? Because Diddy didn't want to have to deal with this fucking whole public altercation thing. And she still testified against him. That's why people feel that it was wrong for her to do so, because she already got the money from Diddy. Another lie Haas is saying. Let's keep going.
So I'm trying to figure out how you people is siding with a man who's already admitted that he's wrong. He's already admitted that he's wrong by giving her $20 million in less than 24 hours.
Now, Haas, if you're watching, you are showing that you are incompetent, bruh. See, and this is why I say certain people should not be talking. Certain people should not be talking, dogs, because if you never dealt with a defamation case, you shouldn't be talking. And this is the reason why Diddy's even right now in court suing her for $20 million for defamation of character. Why didn't you mention that, Haas? Why didn't you mention that, Haas? Because that was the reason why she got the $20 million. It wasn't for anything. It was fine, cool. Diddy is not on trial for assault. He's not on trial for DV. Why is everybody focused on this DV case? But let's continue to go. Let's keep listening to the emotional rant. Let's keep listening to the selective outrage, y'all. Let's keep listening to this.
She came out on him. You women hate the fact that that young lady is beautiful. And she has to live with regrets. And I'm going to say this again. As a man, I've done things to women that I regret. I wish I could go back and tell these females that I've broken their heart and hurt them in many different ways growing up as a young boy, even as an adult. I'm sorry.
That's where me and him differs. I don't have that on my coattail. So let's continue.
So if a man can feel remorse for what he did for a woman, to a woman, you don't think that she could wake up as an adult and look at herself in the mirror and see the ugliness?
So listen, y'all. Listen to the manipulation. You have to know what manipulation sounds like. So now Haz is saying, now that she's waking up as an adult, so at 21, she wasn't waking up as an adult? Okay. What is considered an adult in the United States of America? Let me read. In most of the United States, the legal definition of an adult is typically at 18 years old, as known as age of majority. This means that at 18, an individual has the legal capacity to enter into contracts, vote, exercise their rights, whatever, right? It says, while 18 is the standard, pay attention. Look, I'm coming to read. There are some expectations in states such as Alabama, Nebraska, where the age of the majority is 19, and Mississippi, where it's 21. Here's the next part. Are you an adult at 18 or 21 in the US? So that means, Haz, if your daughter at the age of 18 wants to say, fuck you, dad, I'ma go into the prawn industry, you can't do shit. Why y'all sleeping with her? She's a little girl. She's 8. Is she 18 years old? Yes. Okay, let's shoot this scene. This is why I love court cases, because it removes feelings. But let's keep going, y'all, because I told you I'm cooking today.
Of where he led her. See, a man like Diddy is a king. He's a ruler. He's a leader. He led her astray, and she followed his lead.
This is exactly what he's saying, y'all. Smith, he said, is he really trying to say she isn't liable for what happened? Right. That's what he's saying. That she's not responsible. That Diddy led her. Okay. Okay.
Out of sick, twisted love.
Okay.
The $1 million question is why did he have to lead her to the toilet bowl?
That ain't the $1 million question, Haas. The question, Haas, is this. Is this what he's on trial for? That's the $1 million question. Let's keep going.
Why would he want to lead her?
Look at all these
to the
lies.
toilet bowl?
All these lies.
Why would he want her mouth to become the potty? Why does she have to drink the yellow Kool-Aid? And see the part that y'all missing? In Cassie's revenge, how some people call it karma. Some people will tell you God don't like ugly. And some will sit up there and say, he should have never played with those bankers. You can have it whatever way you want it. What I'll say is that he spent $20 million just getting her to get out of his face. The FBI went and recruited her, opened a case on him, and he's probably already $100 million. And I'm just throwing a number out there. That's alleged. It could be 10 times more in legal fees.
And I'll say this. And this is why, because Haas is doing all this in the camera, and this is why Diddy got a lawsuit on Cassie for defamation of character. Shall we begin? Shall we begin? So now let's move on, y'all. Now let's move on. Let's move on from Haas. Because Haas being emotional.
And I don't have diabetes.
Let's move on, y'all.
But in a healthy way.
Let's move on.
Pace. My diet is personalized only to me. And Stephanie, my dietitian, guides me through the
Week 1 of the Diddy trial is in.
Shout out to Willie D. Shout out to Willie D. Titled go subscribe to his channel, he's fire. It says breaking, Diddy judge could declare a mistrial. Let's just listen, y'all. We got a few videos to go over. Listen.
And it has not disappointed. Question: who do you think has been more impressive to the jury? Who do you think has gotten their point across best? The prosecution or the defense? I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Give me a thumbs up if you think the prosecution has gotten their point across to the jury better. 2 thumbs up if you think the defense has done a better job. I'll give you a few moments to think about it. Okay, time's up. I think the defense has done a better job because so far the prosecution has really proven nothing and has not exposed us to anything that we really did not know that could hurt Diddy. Yeah, we didn't know about some of the intricacies and him overdosing and what happened on this day and that date and the conversations they had with the male escorts about the freak-offs and all of this type of stuff. So we didn't know particulars, but we had a good overview of what was going on already. And
I will say this. for all you ladies that want to sit here and be like, oh, Diddy's thing is the size of a Tootsie Roll. If Diddy pulled that little fucking snub nose out and he said for y'all chicks to go down, if it means y'all getting down with Diddy to have the lifestyle so he could save some of you women from you broke ass, your broke ass habits, you driving in your fucking Altima and your Toyota and your Honda Civics, a lot of you chicks will get down on your knees. So let's cut the shit. Let's keep it all the way 1,000. All the way 1,000. If Diddy came and pulled out that little fucking Twizzler he has and fucking waved it in your face, y'all bitches would be like, pee on me, Diddy. So let's shut the fuck up. Let's just be real clear about this shit. Because y'all guys know here on this channel, we're going to keep it thorough. We're going to keep it raw. Shout out to all the subscribers, man. Much love. Truly appreciate y'all, man. Let's keep rocking and rolling, though.
The prosecution has not really revealed anything new. Apparently, the prosecution has other witnesses who are supposed to come forward and help them build their racketeering case against Diddy. Yeah, fam, they're going for Diddy's time. They want him to do 15 to life.
But like I told y'all, like breaking news was yesterday, Suge Knight reported and said, why y'all guys is tripping, man? He said, Diddy's good. Don't be shocked if Donald Trump, the minute that they say Diddy's guilty, the next day he's out. Because Donald Trump is going to pardon him. Like I said in the beginning, some of you guys wasn't here. For some of you selective, outraged motherfuckers, Donald Trump is a racist. He's a racist. White supremacy. Donald Trump has been in the black community since I was born. All I've ever known was Donald Trump hanging out with all the black celebrities. And some of you motherfuckers don't really know that Donald Trump was a manager of Mike Tyson. That was the main reason why, and I'm going to repeat it again, that was the main reason why when Mike Tyson got out of jail for the last time, he gave Mike Tyson $10 million. And when Tyson went to go pay it back, he was like, nah, that's for you. He goes, man, I love you, man. Tyson and Trump are like best friends. So let's put an end to that. The only time y'all guys were like, he's a racist, is because fucking bitch ass Joe Biden was president and y'all thought he was going to exempt y'all from student loan debt. So let's cut the shit out already, right? Right. Let's keep moving. Let's not, see, we don't play games here. See, here we don't play those games. If a lady's right, she's right. If a man is right, he's right. If both parties is wrong, they wrong. In this case, Diddy and Cassie are both two nasty motherfuckers. But Diddy's not on trial for being a nasty nigga. So let's keep going. And like I said earlier, the only reason why Cassie was on the stand so fast is because she's due. And because Diddy asked for a speedy trial, Cassie wasn't supposed to go on first. She was supposed to go on last to put the dagger in the nail. So now they had to start with their star witness, and now the rest of the trial is gonna go like this. Like I told y'all, that's why the juror on day 2, they said, yo, can you excuse me? Like, I don't want to be on this trial. Because from what they're hearing, they ain't got nothing on Diddy. And no juror wants to be one of the 12 to let this man walk. But let's continue to go.
Cassie.
Hold on. I'm sorry. Y'all think those jurors don't have the right to fear? People, the New York Knicks are going to the fucking to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2000. And they were flipping over cars in New York City and fucking celebrating, yeah, and fucking bringing down light fixtures. What do you think will happen if Diddy walks? What do you think is gonna happen if Diddy walks? And they were celebrating good shit. New York, New York, New York Knicks. Go New York, go New York, go, go. In New York, concrete jungles where things are made. Order New York City. I love to be New York, New York. Like, they were celebrating and they turned up New York City. What do you think's gonna happen if these 12 jurors find Diddy not guilty on all charges? This is why 2 jurors wanted to be dismissed. Rightfully so.
Cassie, from day one, has been the most polarizing witness for the prosecution. In my opinion, I do believe that Cassie has been telling a bunch of lies. I don't believe her. I absolutely don't believe her.
Like most women don't.
In fact, she's already gotten caught up several times lying. She got caught up when she lied about the freak-offs and how she felt about it. Remember, at one point she said that she didn't like the freak-offs, at least not that frequently.
And she got caught in a lie because she said she never wanted to do the freak-offs. And Diddy told her in 2015, yo, this is our last freak-off. And she told, I didn't want to do the freak-offs. And Diddy was like, really? Really? So then Diddy showed when he told her that, the message, and she said, no, I don't want this to be our last freak-off. I want this to be the first freak-off for the rest of our life. That means listen, I don't want to do the freak-offs. This is why her story's gonna hurt this case. She literally sat there and said, I want to have freak-offs for life, 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 life. I want a freak-off for life, life, life. That's what she just said. So she lied. Then she said she stopped seeing Diddy after he raped her. He raped her in 2018. Then text messages came out that she got with Diddy weeks after. The prosecutor said, why did you get with him if you said he... Because you just don't throw away years like that. When you love so deep, you don't just throw away years like that. Who believes this? Who believes this? People, I've thrown bitches out of my life for lesser. For lesser. She doesn't even have a kid. I've got rid of baby mothers and they have children. What the fuck is she talking?
Right? So that means she likes him, but not as
But we didn't get to the juicy part yet. I'm saving that one for last. I want to go over the judge Joe Mathis, what he was speaking on this case, because you guys genuinely don't understand. But I'm getting to it. Just stick around. Hit the like button, y'all. Shout out to the 235 in the live stream. Hit the like button. If y'all new here, subscribe to the channel. I come at it from a very different angle. I'm a little aggressive, but I try to throw little jokes in there. I am an actual R&B singer. I am in the music industry. I happen to have had the opportunity to write for Cassie back in the day. I showed that a few streams ago. But I think both of them are nasty people, but that's not what Diddy's on trial for. So let's keep going.
She didn't like him as much as Diddy liked him, right? But she still liked him. Now, although she didn't spat out say, I liked him, she did get caught up on those text messages talking about how much she enjoyed the freak-offs and how she was looking forward to the freak-offs and how just after a couple of days of planning the freak-off, she couldn't wait to get ran through. She also talked about being very horny after a freak-off. Yeah. I mean, the type of sex that could last some people for a whole year, for some people a whole lifetime. She did it, and she was ready to re-up. Yeah. So, she, in that regard, I absolutely do not believe Cassie was ever forced to have a freak-off. And furthermore, she did admit to being jealous of Kim Porter. She didn't like the fact that Diddy called Kim Porter his soulmate after she died. I do believe that she thought that Kim was the only thing.
Now that's hard, y'all. That's a hard pill to swallow for anybody. Like, cause you can't, listen, y'all. Yo, I'm not competing with the dead. I'm not competing with the dead, bro. But we all know, even when she was alive, Diddy and her was still kind of intermingling. I can't compete with somebody that you feel is your soulmate. I can't. I don't have that in me as a man. If you really in love with somebody else as a woman, you need to go be with that person. Because I don't got that fight in me. So even like Cassie, this is why I said, the person who really needs prayer and sympathy is Alex Fine, which is Cassie's husband. Because he knows as long as Diddy's alive, Cassie's always gonna love Diddy. And even at the end of yesterday, they said, you must really hate this monster. She said, I don't hate Diddy. They said, do you still love him? I don't hate him. You know what it is for your husband to have to fucking sit there and, bitch, you better say you hope the nigga burn in hell, even if it's for the sake of me fucking hearing this shit from my ears. Bitch, you better save my ears versus you. I don't hate him, but do you love him? I don't hate him. I would have fucking fried her ass right there. Listen, straight up, no lie. No lie. The very next day, I would have hit her with papers. Very next day, I would have been like, situations will arise, I sacrifice, but it's time to do something about it, cause I love you, you are my girl. I would have said, you don't have to call, it's okay, girl, cause I'ma be, nigga, I would have said, listen, I need you to go. I would have hit her with that fucking, what's that shit? That what's that fucking that cry river. Listen, I would have hit him with the Justin Timber. Bro, I need you to get the fuck on. I need you to go that way. You don't have to say what he did. I already know. I found out in court. So listen, she gotta go, bro. She gotta go. She gotta go. She gotta go. Oh, Sound says, bottom line, women naturally like a man with power. It's natural. It's natural. Let's keep going, man.
Standing in their way. And when Kim died and he called her his soulmate, Kim was still standing in her way. She couldn't get.
And don't forget, it came out in trial that Cassie thought when Kim passed that she was going to be upped. For those who don't understand the terminology of upped. So in the mob, whenever like John Gotti, when John Gotti handled his business for the guy who kidnapped Carlo Gambino's nephew, he said, John, thank you for doing that. The minute you come out, you upped. I'm gonna up you. He became capo. So that means you climbing the ladder. So Cassie thought she was gonna be upped. But it also came out in the case that Diddy still had this girl named Gina to the side. Oh, we're gonna talk about Gina. We got a video for Gina here too. Cassie thought she was gonna get upped, but Gina was always there in the background. Fellas, I told y'all guys. I told y'all. There is a super famous, I'm not gonna say what her name is. I'm just gonna say she's in New York City. So it could be any of the boroughs. That whenever she gets passed around through Snoop, Carmelo Anthony, Diddy, I know Jay-Z touched it every now and again. Like, listen, she gets passed around through all these celebs. And some of my guys who personally know me, they know who I'm talking about. She is probably, listen, if you came to New York City and you saw how fine she was, nigga, you niggas would probably simp for her. Like, if it wasn't because I knew how bad she was when I first saw her, and I was like, whoa, if it wasn't because I knew what she did, I probably would have went all in. People, I would have been over there at her front doorstep like, I used to think that love was just a fairy tale until that first hello, until that first smile. But if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause this love is everlasting. Suddenly life has new meaning to me. I would have been out there hitting her with the Billy Ocean song, looking up at her fucking window. There's beauty up above and things we never take notice of. Wake up and suddenly you're in love. I would have been singing her all the songs. I swear by the moon and the stars in the sky. Bro, any of you niggas would have saw this girl, you would have been like, yo, I understand why everybody passes her around. Yep. Let's keep, fellas, what some of these chicks would do to be around powerful men, it's crazy.
Get around it. So she finally caught a snap and realized, look, this man ain't gonna never be mine. I do believe that Cassie still have feelings for Diddy.
Yep.
I think she still loves Diddy.
Yep.
But she's bitter. She's upset. She's mad that Diddy has elevated these other women, because after Cassie, he started flaunting these other women, like showing him, doing all this big time stuff with these other women, and especially Young Miami. He rolled the red carpet out for her lifestyle.
Right.
Her whole career. Gave her a big show on Revolt. I think that show was on Revolt. Gave her a big show and everything. I know he supported it.
Skipped right over Cassie.
Show, gave her big paper. Just like that. And Cassie been here all of these years, and she ain't been able to be self-sufficient.
Yup.
He ain't put her in a position to be self-sufficient. She enjoyed the trappings of success, but he gave her just enough to keep coming back. In my opinion, it seemed like that's what he did. Or maybe he gave her enough to where she could take and build, but she had some expensive habits and she didn't know how to budget well. And all she did was spent. You dig what I'm saying? So he could have been giving her $1 million a month. But if she got a bad spending habit and she's spending $1.2 million, $1.5 million, she gonna be in the hole.
And that's why I got a good wife. Cause listen, y'all, I don't have no alcohol issues. I don't have no DV issues. I don't have no issues. But boy, do I got a spending issue. Boy, I tell you. Boy, listen to me. If it's one thing I have in common with women, is I see everything. I'm like, I gotta have that. Oh shit, my wife need that. She'll be like, I don't need that shit. I'm like, nah, you need that. No. You trying to find a reason in your mind to make me fucking think that I need that. That's how she is. Good woman. She be like, we don't need that shit. We don't need that shit. Like, listen, bruh, that's my issue. I told y'all, I was in the market of wanting to get the Lamborghini before I got the i8 that I didn't even get. She bought it for me. As a gift. So I didn't even get it. I'm sitting here, y'all all know I was in the market for a Huracan. I wanted a 2016 Huracan. I saw one for I think it was 109, something like that. And she was like, nah, fuck that. So she's the one that went and got the i8. Because the likelihood is I probably wouldn't have drove the Lambo like that. You know what I'm saying? And being in the South, the roads are smooth. So down here, you could ride cars like that. It ain't like I'm back in New York City where there's a pothole every 37 seconds.
How can you spend $1.5 million? Credit cards and getting the rest from Diddy. That's if you're only getting $1 million, right? Yeah. So the real reason Cassie is in front of the judge in that courtroom, pointing Diddy out, helping the prosecution bring down this dude who she once shared a bed with for 11 years. Not just shared a bed, but shared her dreams with. Shared a house with. Shared a life with. Trying to bring him down. She's trying to help them bring him down. I couldn't do it, fam. I couldn't do that to somebody that I had been with for 11 years. 11 years means that, okay, we ain't together no more, so obviously some bad times kicked in. But shit, it had to be some good times, man. 11 years? What about all the good times? See, I'm a grown man for real. I can take my bitter with my sweet. You won't hear me going around bad-mouthing any of my exes. I don't do that. I don't rock like that. That's immature. That's what little dudes do. Mm-hmm. You dig what I'm saying? I don't do that. On every level of my life, in every aspect of my life, I know how to take my bitter with my sweet. And I know how to recognize those who don't. Cassie is one of those. Cassie was bitter. And check this out, fam. You know Cassie ain't been forced to do nothing. She talked about them freak-offs like, you know, she wanted the freak-offs more than she wanted to breathe. So she enjoys... Cassie is a sexual deviant, just like Diddy. Nymphomaniac. Ain't nobody forced her to... You don't have to force a nymphomaniac to have different dudes running through her.
Right.
You ain't gotta force that.
Right.
She's choosing that. She's looking forward to it. And if she say she did it for Diddy, that's only so that Diddy won't look down on her. And let me say this too, fam. Fellas, I know this might, you know, this might rub you the wrong way, but I gotta tell you, I gotta keep it a strike. I gotta call a strike, and a ball, a ball. Love all y'all. Don't do it, man. If it's a woman that you really cut for, this is why I don't think that Diddy really cut. I think he cut for her, but he didn't love her, because if you love...
Fellas, this is why I'm showing this video. This is definitely a part of man talk as well. Though it's a part of... Fellas, he did this video 9 hours ago. On Monday, you're getting people now all of a sudden... Everybody, all the content creators got this epiphany. All the content creators got this fucking epiphany now. But you're gonna hear what he's gonna say. And tell me if I didn't say this on Monday when this trial started.
Love a woman, you're not gonna put her out there like that. If you love her family, you're not gonna put her out there like that.
Yep.
You know the implications for something like that.
Listen.
And whatever can happen, will happen in terms of that information getting out there, people looking at her, talking her business, talking down, and disrespecting you as a couple. Ain't nobody gonna respect that. You letting your woman get ran through, ain't nobody gonna respect that union. She didn't even respect it. You didn't respect it, and she didn't respect it. So if you really cut for a man, find you somebody. If you want to get freaky, you want to do some of that freaky stuff, go find you somebody you don't really care about and do that with. Don't do it with one that you really rock with. Don't do that. And women, same thing for y'all. Don't get so caught up with no dude where you play yourself like that. Because I know if I did talk you into something like that, man, all I know is that you was doing this and that, and I saw you doing it. Ain't no way you gonna be my man. Ain't no...
Fellas, did you not hear me say this all week? Fellas, that's why I said I may not respect everything about mobsters, but one thing I would say is when mobsters had a wife and then they had a girlfriend, it's because you're not, it's people, you're not, listen to me, you're not supposed to defile your wife. You're not supposed to defile your wife. You're not supposed to, fellas, listen to me. Like, that's why I always tell you guys, when y'all guys think it's cool, oh yeah, my girl bisexual, she be letting me bring other girls and this and that. If she lets that fly, fellas, you're not supposed to defile your bedroom with the main woman that you have. That is the most disrespectful thing. Ready, people? Even it's biblical. That's what combines are for. I always told you guys, there are wives, there are combines. I may listen. I'm not saying I don't do shit with my wife. Yeah, I do shit, but I'm not doing the shit. I'm not doing Diddy shit to my wife. So you mean to tell me that Cassie didn't know that she wasn't the main chick? You couldn't tell? You couldn't? Fellas, hear me out. I always tell you guys, why do I have this on the table? And why do I have this in a box? Fellas, the things that took harder for you to acquire, when you have a Game Boy Watch. This is my Game Boy Watch, the limited edition, in case so you guys could see. This is the Game Boy Watch. Like it came back out. It got restocked like 2 years ago. So this was $230. See, but you see how it's in here? So the elements can't touch it. But I got this one on top of the table. But my Rolex is in here. Why? Because the things that you care about, that you spent the money on, that you deem more valuable, you take care of those things versus the cheaper things. So I'm gonna say this again. This is the reason why most women, and I tell you, ladies, we got 216 in the building. So right now I probably got about 10 ladies watching me. Hear me. There are certain things that come along with dealing with powerful men. One of you ladies may get the opportunity. Maybe one of you ladies are hot enough to deal with Leonardo DiCaprio, right? But you're 21. Cool. So you know one of his stipulations is on your 25th birthday, he gives you a severance package. Here's $1 million, $1.2 million, $1.5 million. Here you go. Have a nice life. He's giving you a severance package because he doesn't deal with women after the age of 25. Now, most women were outraged when they found out Leonardo DiCaprio cuts women off at 25. Once they found out that all those women got a severance package, you don't hear about that shit anymore. You don't hear nothing about it anymore. You want to know why? Because chicks are like, shit. If I give me a severance package. Give me a severance package. $1 million, and I can go from 25 on. Give me. Most women will be okay with that. And this is the reason why they shut up about it. But there is no way, back to this, there is no way that men are supposed to defile their wives the way this happens here. And ladies, I'm sorry. All men, powerful men, regular men, all men throughout eternity always had more than one woman. A man practicing monogamy is not natural to him. The same way to you, practicing hypergamy is natural. And we don't discriminate. I think that you should be with a man who's a leader. You should be with a man who's making money or has the potential to make money. You should be with a man who can protect you. You should be with a man the same way we respect your natural. See, it's natural for you to practice hypergamy. Same way it's natural for a man to practice polygamy. It's not natural when a man suppresses himself just for you, but then meanwhile you already have all these men run through you. Now you a virgin, sweetheart, you ask for whatever the fuck you want. Listen to me, men, fuck you, fellas, now I'm talking to you, fuck you. If she's a virgin, she's 19, 20 and she a virgin, fresh out the box, and she say she want a nigga like Jay-Z, hey nigga, you ain't fucking Jay-Z. Hey, she could demand whatever she want. But now if she had more dicks ran through her than cars in the Holland Tunnel in the Monday morning traffic, she can't play those same games. So see, the same way I'm going to stick up for the women for that, I got to stick up for the men. See, over here, we're not biased on this channel. All I care about is what's right. I don't care about how you feel. But let's keep rocking and rolling because we're going on to the next video.
I don't give a damn what I say. I'm not respecting you. No. Even if it was my idea. Man, I don't want no woman like that. You know, like how can I walk into a room and feel proud about a woman that get down like that? Nah, I'm not, you're not gonna be my man. You're not gonna be my man. I'm not getting down like that. I'm not doing that to myself. This is why Cassie felt entitled to mess around herself. Diddy liked to see her messing with these other dudes. She was already used to being used. She was already used to being ran through by different dudes. So when Diddy go and do his thing with the women, she like, man, shit, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I'm finna go over here and get my groove on too. That's why she was messing with all these different dudes in the industry. Michael B. Jordan, Kid Cudi, this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy, this guy. There's a list, man, it's a long list of dudes in the industry. Seemed like everybody she worked with, everybody she danced with, everybody she met with, everybody she looked at, she was with. Yeah, and she got out there and she felt justified because...
Yo, AB, that's what nobody wants to understand. AB says, even the way Diddy got her was flawed. She was willing to leave Ryan Leslie for Diddy. The relationship was already built on distrust. And it came out in the case. It came out in the courtroom. She went, fellas, I told you, women don't break up with men. They monkey branch. Fellas, when you see a woman is starting to change, she's already monkey branched. That's what she did with Ryan Leslie. She was with Ryan Leslie. She seen Diddy. Once she grabbed onto Diddy and seen Diddy was secure, she let go Ryan Leslie and monkey branched to Diddy. This is what happens. Ready? That's a woman's hypergamous nature. Fellas, y'all stop being fucking bitches, bro. Women are naturally hypergamous. Women always want to be with the best man. Here's the problem. Here's the only problem I have with that. Most women fellas, hear me out. This is why there's a saying. Most men tend to undervalue themselves. That's why most of you guys end up with the wrong women, because you think of yourself as less, and women tend to overvalue themselves. A chick will have 3 kids, 17 baby daddies, and all failed relationships, and turn around and be like, I want a man who's 6 foot tall, and making 100,000, 6 packs, hung like a horse, and he gonna be monogamous. Mamita, let me introduce you. Let me introduce you to the only man you're gonna have. Where have my Bible? I gotta introduce you to God, cause that's the only man you're gonna have. And then out of all this, I'm the prize. Right. Fellas, y'all gotta stop this shit. Fellas, y'all see I get on the ladies. I tell the ladies all the time, it's not natural for a man to be monogamous. But fellas, you cannot fault the women, fault a woman for being hypergamous. Fellas, God gave women everything she needs to help you. Listen, fellas, don't get fucking emotional and be a little bitch right now. Listen to me. God gave woman everything. Fellas, women are incubators. You heard the saying, if you give her the groceries, she makes the dinner. If you buy the house, she'll turn it into the home. You give her a seed, she'll give you a child. If you give her shit, she's gonna give you hell. They multiply everything. Women are natural helpers. Fellas, come here. Ladies, I ain't talking to you. Mind your bit. You, come here. Fellas, but if you ain't doing shit, she can't help you do shit. So if she leaves your ass because you don't want to be shit, good for you, sweetheart. Mwah. Good for you. Fellas, this is the most equality channel on YouTube. I give it to y'all both. I'm giving it to both sides, whether you like it or not. whether you like it or not. My whole thing is, I just don't like that women want to shame you men for being polygynous, because it's in your nature, because it's in a woman's nature to naturally be monogamous to a man, to you. Just to you. It's natural. So Cassie naturally wanted Diddy for herself. That's natural. But they're not doing nothing of God. But a woman that actually understands the purpose of a man, she would understand it's in a man's natural nature to be polygamous. He's gonna desire more than one woman. So if I decided to be ain't shit and my wife leaves me, she has the right. She would be within her right if I wasn't pushing to be great.
The relationship, that open relationship where it wasn't supposed to be open, but it was open. That relationship she had with Diddy, that's why she felt entitled to do the things that she did. And that is the problem with sharing your bed or your floor or your sofa, your car, your yacht, your plane, your kitchen island, whatever, you know what I'm saying?
He said then add a billion.
That's the danger.
Yeah, this court case, they're gonna tear her to shreds. They're gonna tear her to shreds. Now let's look at this one, y'all. Let's keep this one.
Look at this.
Shout out to everybody in the live stream.
94% of people believe company
Thank you
culture
for subscribing
is
to the
important to
channel,
an
y'all.
organization's success.
Let's go.
Frankly, I have no idea.
For the first time, Diddy's defense team raised the possibility that he suffers from bipolar disorder. Sit there and say, I knew exactly what was going on. I could have left at any time. I didn't like it, but I mean, people of incredibly miserable morals. They have no morals. They've been around since the beginning of time. They were always kind of like the girls who were, you know, Louis B. Mayer had them. These are women who will sell their soul, their body, their I guess, unconsented to sex, I guess. Criminal enterprise regarding that? Nope. None. None whatsoever. Absolutely none. And also, there was some type of sex trafficking. Any evidence of that? Sex trafficking? No. Don't appeal.
Now, if y'all don't know who this is Lionel. Shout out to Lionel. He's on one of the biggest radio stations. This man is on one of the biggest radio stations in the country.
And
but
I appreciate sometimes somebody wrote, you're missing the point. He's charged with three things. Violation of the Mann Act, which is basically the White Slavery Act of 1910. Any evidence of that so far? No. No.
And we're going to get into the Mann Act, y'all. Stick around. We're going to get into the Mann Act. We're going to get there.
Number two, he's charged with some type of racketeering conspiracy. Anything there? Any criminal enterprise regarding that? Nope. None. None whatsoever. Absolutely none. And also, there was some type of sex trafficking. Any evidence of that? Sex trafficking? No. He's a dirtbag. He was involved certainly in evidence or involved in many, many cases of untoward, I guess, unconsented to sex, I guess, because let me see if we understand this about Cassie. Cassie is, for lack of a better word, a trollop. She's another one of these chickies who decide, okay, I'm going to make my... And I'm sorry, listen, if you made your bed, not lie in it. These are...
Yo, this is why this man is so popular, y'all. This is why he's on one of the biggest radio stations. And see, some of you guys may not know who this is, but this guy is equivalent. He is the radio Stephen A. Smith. He is the Howard Stern of politic radio. When this man talks, people tend to listen. So when I saw he didn't say nothing until late last night, and I was like, I can't wait to get up in the morning and do this one. Listen, y'all. He said extortion, we haven't seen that in the case. Violation of the Mann Act, we haven't seen that. Sex trafficking, we haven't seen it. Now, and if Cassie was their biggest star witness, this trial's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not looking good.
These are people of incredibly miserable morals. They have no morals.
And this right here, he says, everybody is saying Cassie set the whole stage for an acquittal or a mistrial. People, I do not agree with, I don't believe in defiling. I don't believe in defiling. Now, fellas, listen to me. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. Because some of you ladies, we got 222 in the live stream. Some of you ladies like that shit. Like, y'all see the videos I be showing where ladies like, I like to be dominated, like choked, whooped. Like, I want the man to control my body. There are women for you to do things like that with. But you don't do that with every single woman. But this is not looking good because there's no crime that they are charging him with so far that Cassie gave a strong case for.
They've been around since the beginning of time. They were always kind of like the girls who were
scallywags.
You know, Louis B. Mayer had them. These are women who will sell their soul, their body, their being just to be there. She knew she could have walked away at any time. She didn't. And we're supposed to somehow convey this in that she was the victim of trafficking? Come on. Stop it. Stop it. I wish she would sit there and say, I knew exactly what was going on. I could have left at any time. I didn't like it, but I may have, what, $20 million in the long run? What am I supposed to do? What does this have to do with the charges? What? What does this mean? What does it?
I'm shocked he's even talking.
The most important thing for people to understand is that nobody's paying attention to the actual case. Your comments are terrific, but many people just missed the point exactly. If somebody is charged with a crime, you've got to prove it. And if you look at this, oh my God, Harvey Levin is the worst, because all they're doing is telling me stuff about stuff that I already know. I don't know who a lot of these people are. I don't know who they are precisely. I guess they're big in the hip-hop news, I guess. I don't know. But in any event, looking through this stuff, what I'm seeing is a waste of complete and total time.
And I'm telling you, y'all, for him to be saying this at nighttime radio and being one of the biggest voices on a super huge platform, this is hurtful. But you want to know why nobody's talking about this? But I am. You want to know why nobody's bringing this up? Because they have to keep Cassie innocent. Let's keep going.
Waste of time. And that's the thing which I want to bring to your attention. That's the thing. Let's look at this one. I'm looking at TMZ, by the way. TMZ, celebrity. This is kind of interesting. Get rid of that. TMZ. Boy, I'm in this really...
Like, this is one of the guys that if I was a criminal and the prosecutor wasn't making their case, I want him to say, what's going on here? Like, what are we doing here? Because people, so hear me out. In every field of life, there are certain people when they talk, they can change the outcome of your life. Ready? like when Stephen A. and who's the white guy that be on all the fucking NFL channels that he be having like his hair slicked back and he's so, and even the bald-headed guy, the little short bald-headed guy with the little mustache dude, the little mustache, y'all know who he is. Whenever these two guys start talking about NFL players and their value, NFL teams are listening to these guys. Like, I don't think he's worth paying him $218 million. Try to get him for $156 million and an option of, they could change the course of your life. He's one of these niggas when it comes to politicians and speaking on cases. Him.
Weird, kind of a no man's land. There we go. There we go. I find myself sometimes really unaware of so many of these people's names in terms of pop culture. I'm not proud of it. I just don't know it. Here we go. The first week of testimony in the Diddy trial is in the books, and Cassie is finally off the stand. The singer testified Friday for the fourth straight day, starting off with cross-examination from Diddy's defense team, and lots of texts were read to jurors, including one where Cassie told Diddy she wasn't a rag doll after the hotel beating. Cassie told Diddy she wasn't a rag doll. Okay, wow. Okay, what does this have to do with violation of the Mann Act, trafficking, racketeering, conspiracy? Would they have charged, what, Ike Turner with trafficking? Cassie also referenced an affair she had with an NFL player and told his defense she didn't hate Diddy and actually had love for their past. What does this have to do with anything? So what? For the first time, Diddy's defense team raised the possibility that he suffers from bipolar disorder. And they showed warm text exchanges between Diddy and Cassie after she claimed he had R'd her, using that word we can't say. Okay. She said she was expecting a $10 million settlement from the Intercontinental Hotel in Los Angeles, where Diddy assaulted her. Why them? When she was finally done testifying, Cassie put out a statement saying it was challenging and empowering taking the stand each day. The jury seemed exhausted by all her Cassie testimony, but perked up when new witnesses were called. That's another sign that people are getting boring. Oh, look, there is Lisa Bloom, like her mother, Gloria Allred, always hanging around, supposedly.
Now you heard what he said. The jurors were getting like bored of this testimony. Like, fam, can we get to the case, please? Now after this, he goes on about the prosecutor and her affiliation. I don't want to get into that. Let's talk about Mr. King Kong. Mr. King Kong himself. Listen to me. This is a short video, y'all. Listen to y'all hero. I want y'all to listen to this, because he said this 2 weeks ago. Listen to the King Kong of consciousness. Dr. Umar, my guy. Shout out, y'all. This is y'all hero, right? Let's listen to this man.
How you feel about Cassie testifying against Diddy?
Yes, sir. First of all, it should be absolutely illegal for Cassie to testify against Diddy. When he paid her off, I believe there was an NDA involved in that situation. He was paying her off to shut up and go away. After all the money he paid her, after her signing an NDA, how can she then be brought back into court to testify against them? It reminds me of Bill Cosby. Some of those...
Whew. Listen to Mr. King Kong himself. Now, I will say this. Like I said earlier, Diddy just didn't want his sex life out there. That's the only reason why he paid Cassie. Like, I don't want my sex life out there. I ain't committing no crime, so it is what it is. If Diddy walks, cities are gonna burn, y'all.
Those women who lied on Bill Cosby during his sex abuse cases had NDAs. And the court let them break the NDA. You never see this with a white man accused of the same.
Yep.
You never see this with a Caucasian accused of the same. His lawyers should do all that they can to fight against Cassie testifying. She wasn't sex trafficked. So why are you testifying in a sex trafficking case? He is not being charged with crimes against Cassie. He's being...
People, how many times I gotta show y'all this? This is the reason why people are saying if Diddy walks, I would hate to be the jurors. Listen to me. If I'm the juror, I'm already packing up my shit. I'm packing up. I'm gonna go live in County Cluxon somewhere in fucking in Tacinco, Testastorio, and in Zuganda, fucking Africa somewhere. Like I said, where the village has fucking running water through a whale. There is no internet, cause I would hide. Cause the way people are gonna come at you is like nothing else. I would hate to be the jurors in this case. But you see, like me, I think only me, Anton Daniels, and Ringo, we the only ones. Now I did say it first. Anton said it on Thursday, and then Ringo said it today. If I was a juror, so how do you feel about the case? How do you feel about this? Listen, I'm going to make all my judgments based on the Bible and how God sees it and how God intended life. They're going to get me out of there. In a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. In a fucking heartbeat. I'm out of there.
In charge with crimes against others. Cassie was paid and dismissed. Why is she being brought back into court after taking that man's money and testifying against him? That right there is clearly an excessive and abusive use of the law. She should not be able to take the stand against that man. And I don't condone sex abuse. I don't condone sex assault. I don't condone sex trafficking, none of that. But at the same time, I stand for justice. And letting a woman who's already been paid off and signed the NDA to come into court and testify against me like y'all allowed in the Bill Cosby trial, absolutely unacceptable, absolutely wrong. I do not like.
Now, it just so happens that her testimony is actually going to help Puffy, because it doesn't prove anything. And that was their star witness, and they have no case on Cassie. They better figure this out.
Like it. As far as Puffy asking for his case to be delayed, I agree with that. Remember, one of his lawyers recused himself, okay, at least one of them. So he probably has, some new people on his legal team. They got to get reacclimated and get caught up with what's going on. And I saw nothing wrong with him asking for a 2-month delay. He's already in jail. Y'all didn't give him bail, which I also think is a violation of his constitutional rights. So he should have got the 8-week delay.
But now, y'all know who Diddy got. See, Diddy's smart, y'all. Diddy's smart. Because this little Cassie stuff, it had nothing to do with the case. Y'all do know who Diddy got now. Because now, the person who's going to be directing and asking the questions, he was sitting there doing the whole trial like this. Quiet. Are we done with Cassie? Now we're going to get to the crime stuff? Okay, bet. You better go find out who Diddy got stepping in now. Diddy's not dumb. Diddy is not dumb, y'all. That's why he has 6 lawyers sitting there. And one guy, white hair guy, little white boy. Listen, when he step in, you guys are going to be like, people going to be like, why all of a sudden there's somebody different? Hey, it's what Diddy's paying for.
But here we go again. Deion Sanders. We want to make an example out of Puff. And of course, Deion wasn't accused of what Puffy is being accused of, but we want to make an example out of Sean Puffy Combs. He was too confident, he was too big, and it was time for us to bring him down. See, one thing we need to understand, Art, the Carmelo Anthony case, the Shador Sanders situation, the Puffy Combs case, the Shannon Sharp case. They are all involving the same basic issue. And you know what that is? Black people need to stay in their place. Shannon Sharp, you ain't got no business sleeping with 19-year-old snow bunnies. Deion and Shador, you ain't got no business being confident and independent. Sean Puffy Combs, you ain't got no business being a multi-billionaire mogul suing a multi-billionaire liquor company. Bill Cosby, you ain't have no business trying to purchase a major broadcasting station. Carmelo Anthony, you have no business defending yourself against white people. We can do whatever we want to do with your people. In every instance of all these cases, Art, there is one common theme. Black people are forgetting who the slaves are and who the slave masters are, and we're going to remind you. Our job as a people.
Now, here's the next part I want to get to before we get to what I really want to speak about here, y'all. Because I want to speak about the Mann Act. And this is what we're going to get to. Now, fellas, in case y'all don't know, you about to see the woman that Cassie was the text messages that came out in the court about the girl Gina. In case you don't know who Gina is, you about to find out who Gina is. Her name is Gina Hoing. She's Asian. Gina Huyn. H-U-Y-N. Somebody try to fucking enunciate that shit in the comment. Gina Huyn. Fuck it, Gina. Gina, damn it, Gina. We're gonna keep. Her name is Gina. Gina reveals how Diddy and young MIA torture racked her. Pay attention. Now, this is the girl that Cassie couldn't stand because Diddy could not keep his ass away from her. And it came out in the case that Cassie's like, you know, you doing this and that, and then you still dealing with Gina. Y'all never, you know who Gina was? Let me show you who Gina is.
Now, was Young Miami Diddy's accomplice in mistreating that other side piece, Gina Hun?
He was a
Gina Hun. What the fuck? She got the Y in there because she's got to be fucking Chinese, B. H-U-N-Y Hun. Stop. Fucking stop. Stop with this lasagna shit. The Y is silent. Stop this shit, man.
It's like always belittling me and always like.
Oof, she nice though.
He was like mentally, emotionally, and physically me.
This Surviving Diddy series just got a whole lot messier because new details are starting to emerge that Diddy used to abuse his ex-side piece, Gina Hun. And tea's being spilled about how Diddy used to really mistreat her.
Now, this is an old video. I just wanted you to see her. Whew. Boy, that boy Diddy, man. That boy Diddy. Woo-wee. Boy. Nigga. Yeah, she bad. We not gonna cap now. We not gonna cap, fellas. We not gonna cap. This chick here, my boy. this chick here, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. So this is Gina. They're saying that this might be one of the ladies to come out and testify. But I just wanted you to see who she was. Fellas. She better than Cassie. I want you to see who the girl that Cassie was jealous of. Now, fellas. Now I'm gonna show you what you do for her. Listen to me. Listen to me. For her, you make sure you do. Listen, her. You make sure you talk to her with your bass in your voice. Fellas, you gotta put the bass in your voice, right? Yeah, fellas, yeah, I know how we do, nigga. Yeah, I know how when we want to get sexy with a girl, like we be like, yeah, girl, you know. And then yeah, I don't know why y'all weird niggas do this fucking biting shit. I ain't biting my fucking lips. I ain't no fucking LL Cool J. Listen, fellas, look, fellas, look. For her. If this chick, Diddy got some good taste, y'all. Hear me. For her. Only for her. You be in front of her. But you make sure you gazing in her eyes. Make sure, yeah. See, yeah, you gotta squint the. Y'all know how y'all niggas try to be sexy. You be like, why the fuck do y'all squint your eyes anyway? Why do y'all niggas do? Like, why do y'all niggas do that dumb shit? That shit weird, B. Anyway, listen. For her. Now, you want to go up to her like this, right? You want to hit her with that. When I need motivation, my constellation. When I need motivation, my one solution is my queen, 'cause she stays strong. Yeah. She is always in my corner, right there when I wanna. All these other girls are tempting, but I'm empty when you're gone. And they say, do you need me? Do you think I'm pretty? Do I make you feel like cheating? I'm like, no, not really, 'cause I think that I found my nigga. This is the woman right here that Diddy should be on trial for. I need to see her in the courtroom. Somebody get this. Listen. Somebody got Diddy's lawyer's number. Get me Diddy's lawyer's number. Listen, we need to get her on trial. I need to see her coming in and out of the courtroom. This is the girl. What are we talking about Cassie for? Listen, whatever Diddy did to her, he's guilty. Let's lock him up. I'm going to try to holler at this one. I'm trying to bag this one here. All right, let's stop fucking around. All right, y'all. All right, listen. Let's dive into this, y'all. Fellas, let's get serious. So this is the actual man, the man act. And I'm going to let the judge break this down to y'all. This is what they're trying to pin on Diddy. And fellas, if you really listen to this, you would understand how they're trying to manipulate this to get him. Please listen. Let's get serious for a minute.
Him under was designed to get was black heavyweight champion Jack Johnson. And he had a white wife. He was married to. The people just don't get it, because Jack Johnson was not hiring his wife to sleep with him. He was not hiring her friend girls to come along with her to go to various states. So he was married to this woman. But when they busted him for this act, this is the exact same crime that they got him on trial, there was no money changing hands other than what goes on between husband and wife. So he travels through Georgia for 15 minutes and gets hauled off a train by the U.S. Marshals because Georgia didn't acknowledge interracial marriage. So he winds up getting convicted and sentenced to prison because...
Now, are you listening to the law? People, this is why we say the justice system is outdated. Fellas, because some of you are interracially dating women and you don't even know that there are laws against you. Ready? Watch this. Fellas, if you are married, put a 1 in the chat. If you are married and you can't comment yet, hit the like button. Watch this. Did you guys know that there are certain states, if this woman is, if there is proof that you've been together for an extensive time, definitely for sure married. Let's say, I'm gonna give you the real story that happened. A man was married to his wife. They were on the beach arguing and fighting. Arguing and fighting. He couldn't swim. So his wife went for a swim in the ocean. He told her, yo, don't go so far out because I can't help you. I can't save you. She drowned. He went to jail. Why the fuck did he go to jail? The motherfucker didn't go swimming out there. He ain't go get his fucking balls wet. But because you guys don't read the laws, there are laws that are in place in certain states that if your woman is drowning, motherfucker, you better take your ass over there and go rescue her. You're supposed to make sure she lives. Did you know that? See, some of you guys, see, fellas, I always tell you guys this, especially when I do man talk. This is why I'm showing this Diddy case and how the judge is gonna break the laws they trying to pin on Diddy. Listen to me. You not knowing the laws doesn't exempt you. Fellas, y'all know I'm in the armed service. I do arm work. But I also have a personal carry permit. I don't go nowhere without the strap. I don't care where it is. If you see me anywhere, people, listen to me. If you see me anywhere in person, I'm strapped. I don't care if it's an arena. I don't care if it's at a boxing fight. I don't care if it's in fucking Yankee Stadium. I don't care where you see me. I'm strapped. Now, but I also know this is why there are so many lawsuits on different states for reciprocity of the Second Amendment. Because I know if I'm traveling from Florida to New York, let's just say I have to go through Baltimore. You have to go through Baltimore, right? But that state doesn't recognize reciprocity. Whatever the state is before entering Baltimore, that means I would have to stop. I would have to pull my pistol out, unload my handgun, put it in the safe, and make sure it's not loaded, lock it up, and put it in the trunk. Where if I have to jump out, I still have access to my rights. I just can't. I can't drive through the state pelvic carrying the way I would going to Texas. Do you understand me? Then once I get past Baltimore, I can get back out of the car, reload it, make sure one is in the chamber, put the rest of my, and go about my day. So you not knowing the law doesn't exempt you from it. So let's keep going. Now that you understand where we're gonna go with this.
Because he traveled with his wife through a state after crossing a state line, and there was no money involved. That's how they do it. They had crimes on the books while I was practicing law. Yep. It was a crime in Tennessee to dance too closely to somebody. Yep. It was a crime in Tennessee for a husband and wife, girlfriend, boyfriend to voluntarily engage in oral sex with each other. That was called unnatural sex acts, and it carried 3 to 15 years in the state penitentiary.
Are you listening? You ready, y'all? These laws haven't been expunged. Whenever they decide to just want to throw something on you, this is what they do. Ready? It's equivalent to, in New York City, being in the park after dusk. The cops ain't gonna come in, yo, get down! Get down! No, you don't belong in here. They don't give a fuck. They let you niggas hang out in there. But now if tomorrow they decided they wanted to start locking you niggas up, they can. Because it's on the books. It's a law. Everywhere in this country, you're not supposed to be in the park after the sun goes down. This is everywhere. Just because they don't enforce it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. This is what you guys don't understand. But let's keep rocking and rolling.
So, I mean, all of these crazy kind of things are holdovers from another time. And this case that they have against him is brought under the Mann Act, which was formulated in 1911. That's 114 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
100 and,
well, I look like this. He wasn't paying her to be his girlfriend.
No, but see, it doesn't make any difference under the Mann Act. Because remember, the initial target was a married man, and the object of what he was doing wrong was supposedly his wife.
So, with all that said, right?
So listen. So they're trying to pin the Mann Act on Diddy, but Cassie's not his wife. This is why I'm doing this video today, y'all. This is why this stream is so important.
We have all these cases popping up everywhere. Put her in her cage. It is her bedtime. Your dog don't go to bed at a certain time. I don't.
Just got out. I had her around.
At 8 o'clock, he automatically goes to bed.
Well, she's playful anyway.
So anyway, how does this change the dating climate today?
It's been in place since 1911. This whole thing is why we have the FBI. The FBI was set up to prosecute this kind of thing. That was their primary purpose. That's what they were brought into existence for. So it is a reality in American politics. One of the cases I tried as a defense lawyer, I won the case for the guy. There was a conference over in West Memphis, Arkansas. It was some school teachers. This guy went to high school with this woman, and she was a teacher, he was a teacher. He had some friends through his brother who were in the drug trade. So what the feds did is they followed him over here to West Memphis, Arkansas for this conference. He and this girlfriend decided that they had some unfinished business. So what went on is they left his car in West Memphis, Arkansas, in a parking lot at a hotel, and they drove over to a hotel in Memphis. And the feds busted them under the same Mann Act so they could get leverage on him to be a witness in a drug case. So, I mean, think about that.
So you see how there are laws that they'll try to manipulate people. When are you going to understand what I said to you guys on Monday? Diddy is not on trial. Fuck Diddy. Powerful men are on trial. This is a power move. This is trying to bring down every powerful man. And if this sticks to Diddy, now they could use this on everybody. Remember, I showed you the video where Boozy was like, if you're going to try to hold Diddy to the Mann Act, we're all guilty. The whole music industry is guilty. The whole sports agency, the whole sports field is guilty. The movie industry is guilty. Everybody flies women out. A woman flies her husband in. We're all guilty of this. But they only use it on certain people when they need cooperation on other things. Let's keep going.
This guy wasn't a pimp that I was representing. He was a school teacher.
Right.
And the object was a school teacher. No money was alleged to have changed hands. They just crossed state lines for illicit purposes. And they used this kind of case, and that was for leverage for other stuff. And let's see, this was 1981, so that would be, what, 44 years ago. This is nothing new.
Yep.
There are some dangerous laws on the books. And what I suspect is going on here is what this man was doing was getting a blackmail portfolio against certain other people so he could have some leverage in the entertainment industry. Because
God damn it. People, why don't you listen to... When are you gonna listen to me? This is not people. He did this video 3 days ago. Monday was 6 days ago. People, first of all, subscribe to the channel, because nobody's gonna give it to y'all guys the way I give it to y'all guys. I want you to understand, I don't give a shit about Diddy or Cassie. I care about what's right. And they're trying to just throw the Mann Act on Diddy for no reason, to try to get like leverage on something. We don't know. But they're trying to, I told y'all, because they're trying to get Diddy on this, so now they could take down every powerful man in every single industry. Fellas, this is about women, feminist movement, trying to take down powerful men. Because if you are paying attention, what they've been talking about all week has nothing to do with any of the crimes he's being accused of. And for this judge to say they're trying to get Diddy on this so they can have leverage on the entire industry. Guess what industry that is? Movie, sports, music, anything. And anything where men are powerful, they want to use this. I told you fellas, Diddy's not on trial. You are. Men are on trial. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man. Stop playing with me.
A lot of people do this kind of thing that are involved in that. I won't tell if you won't tell.
Well, tomorrow's day 2. I believe they said this trial should go on a month, 2 months tops. And I want to play this last clip though. This is I'll Be Sure. He was a husband of Sean Combs' ex-girlfriend who passed away before her and Puffy got together. And he's making some shocking accusations, against Diddy. And I want to play this clip and have you listen to it. And then I want you to tell me if he can potentially be sued by the Diddy estates. 1 second.
He's like, oh my gosh.
Okay.
This brilliant device keeps your home cool in summer, even during heat waves and power outages. It's smaller than a lunchbox, cools.
There's no hustle, there's no...
Look at the judge. He's like, what the hell am I listening? Listen, y'all. They got nothing on Diddy, man. They got nothing on Diddy, man.
Together at Netflix, in the lobby.
And they summoned him. They summoned I'll Be Sure to talk. They summoned him. And he's like, yeah, I'll talk. They reaching for straws right now, y'all. Bruh, nobody cares what this man is. Let me fast forward this. He said a bunch of nothing, dogs. A bunch of nothing.
Remember, I'm the only one who spoke up. And I'm the only one left.
So what are your thoughts on that?
None.
No, meaning as far as, can he be liable for defamation?
I have no idea. When you have a defamation action, truth is an absolute defense. I don't know whether he's telling the truth or not, but I don't really care.
It's not about whether you care or not.
No, I mean, really, I'm not.
I know you don't care, but again,
I don't know.
Yo, I love
have
this
no way of
judge. Yo, this judge be keeping it a stack, bro. What is his name? His name is Judge Joe Brown. Yo, I love Joe Brown. Joe Brown don't give a damn about nobody. If you ain't coming with the facts, don't waste my. I don't want to talk about shit that make no goddamn sense.
Assessing what he's
this
saying.
is the question I want to ask you. So Diddy, who is on trial, and if his team hears this and he feels as though this is not true, and he's saying that he believes that I caused harm to him, doesn't he have a right to file a lawsuit against?
No, not necessarily. The dispositive law is New York Times versus Sullivan, U.S. Supreme Court, 1962. You are talking about a public figure. Sharp. And when you're talking about public figures, you have to talk about impression upon the public. So it allows, under such circumstances, more leeway in terms of what you can get away with. I'm surprised that I haven't heard New York Times versus Sullivan quoted by any of the media in a long time. Perhaps their ignorance embraces a lack of knowledge of that case.
Well, maybe they practice it instead of mentioning it. Maybe it's in practice.
Well, maybe they are ignorant of it. I suspect ignorant because the industry that I've been exposed to over the last 27 years is singularly ignorant about a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
Woo. Woo. People, I want you to understand something, right? Because this is a fact. There are a lot of people in the industry that are doing things that they may not even be aware of because nobody's telling them, or maybe somebody knows. People, y'all hear me out. This is one of the main reasons why I had to take a few steps back from the music industry. Because the music industry, it's a very sick place. It's a very sick place. And for somebody like me who I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't hang out, I'm kind of like, let's just say like, I'm kind of like untrustworthy. Because I don't get down with doing all the stuff that everybody else likes to do. But let's keep listening.
Yeah. Okay.
We don't have Walter Cronkites and Ed Bradleys and stuff like that, and McMurrows and that kind of thing, where these guys were walking encyclopedias and they stayed in libraries and researched a lot of stuff. These folk know more about their makeup than anything else. And there's a 23-year-old that writes copy after looking on the net, and it scrolls across a two-way screen that's in front of the camera lens, so the reader can read it and look graceful and have makeup on right and look whatever they look like. And the public doesn't know that this is just inadequate, thrown together reporting. And when somebody comes up with something that seems interesting, that's really just a flash in the pan or a straw in a big haystack, then everybody jumps on it and it gets around the country. And there might have been 2,000 cases in the last 10 or 12 days of the same sort, but it gets pushed all out of proportion, and everybody is, oh my God, look what they're doing to whomever the target may be perceived to be. So I don't get involved in these things because 9 times out of 10, when it gets through, you may not find that it is what people have been saying. That's like this Tyree Nichols in Memphis. Everybody was talking about they're going to jail and all of that. And what have I been saying for the last 2 years? They are not going to get a local jury because these clowns went and did what they wanted to do for their own little purposes, and they tainted the jury pool, so it's not going to be a local jury, and they will not get a conviction of the charges, and that's exactly what happened.
Eating too much salt causes hypertension, right? Nope. What about too much bacon and red meat? Nope. It's actually...
So, I mean, it's what they're doing. And
like I said, if Diddy does not get convicted, it's going to get nasty out here. And they're doing this on purpose. I'm telling you, they're doing this on purpose.
In this case, I note the prosecution did something that is extraordinary. There are 4 counts to this indictment, and they went on for 17 whole pages, when usually for those 4-count indictments of this nature, all they do is say on or about such and such or between the following dates. The defendant within the jurisdiction of such and such federal court did commit the following acts. And it's a summary thing, and the defense has to go through pulling teeth with no Novocaine to get some idea what they're talking about. This one, they put all of this detailed, salacious stuff in and played it to the press, which I got the impression long ago had a great deal to do with trying to remove potential influence from the November 2024 election cycle. Remember, this man was allowed to leave the country, went to an island that has no extradition agreement with the United States, returned, voluntarily surrendered his passport. We find that he went and voluntarily got a residence, or at least an apartment in New York, where he did not have any contact, because remember, the search warrant was served by Homeland Security in Florida and in California, not New York, and he made security for a multi-million-dollar bond, which should have resulted in him being allowed to be on bond, but they wanted him incommunicado because it is suspected that he might have incriminated certain somebodies, and they didn't want that certain somebody incriminated. So they kept him incommunicado, and they went under Homeland Security instead of the FBI. That's called lawfare. Now, granted, there seems to be some wrongdoing being alleged, but again, under American law, somebody's presumed innocent until they're proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt.
No.
And we've seen cases over the last several years where the press was hollering about the guilt, and it turns out somebody was acquitted down in Florida. You got the situation during the riot. Somebody did somebody, and down here in Memphis, some cops are supposed to beat somebody to death, and the juries came back with not guilty verdict. And it's not white, black, because at least in the Memphis thing, everybody from defendant to judge to jury pool that was tainted to the judges to the police to the deputies, everybody was black. So
I have a question.
Yeah.
So, and this is a good question, even though you ain't sending no damn super chat, but Alonzo says, Dana asked Judge Joe what elements have to be proven in a Mann Act indictment.
That you transported a female across state lines, induced a person to come across a state line for an illicit purpose. And that statute is 100-some years old, and it's a bad one because it's too open to abuse in terms of what's charged. I just gave you an example. 2 school teachers got charged because the feds wanted one of them to squeal on some drug deals.
Listen, everybody, please hit the like button. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
People, this is what they're trying to use on Diddy. Like he said, it's too broad, and they're trying to figure out how to manipulate the law to hold Diddy. But people, even if Diddy, listen, Diddy is not, they can't prove that Diddy is involved in sex trafficking. It's impossible. It's impossible. They need to focus on this extortion and running a continued criminal enterprise, because that's their greatest shot. Because other than that, this case is going to fall by the seams, y'all. It's not looking good. And I wanted you guys to understand what the Mann Act was. And people, crossing state lines, I tell you, you take a chick from New York to Atlantic City in Jersey, you are participating. Oh, you like that restaurant right there right over there in New Jersey. What is it? Right over there fuck. What is the waterway? What's the waterway? Fuck. Right there on the Jersey, or right there along the. Anyway, you want to go? You want to go to that waterfront restaurant right there in Jersey, across the bridge, where you can look over to New York City. They can hit you with the Mann Act. That's how broad it is, fellas. Every man has engaged in this. I'm gonna say this again, fellas. This is why I tell you. You're not supposed to go on vacations with women who do not declare themselves as your woman. Like, I'm with him. This is my man. We are exclusive. I'm with him. When you're dating, you're not supposed to take a woman on no vacations. Fellas, you're not supposed to these fancy restaurants, fellas. This is why they decriminalized prostitution in 2018. And you see how all these states have fell apart. If you guys want to see me show you guys videos of, for those who are in New York City, there's a place called Hunts Point where the HOOKERs S's used to just walk around. But now that prostitution is decriminalized, they back out there. I'm gonna show you guys the video where last summer I showed you guys. I said, are you guys aware that they're trying to make brothels legal? People were like, no, 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 no. Then I had to show you that they are fighting to make brothels legal. Y'all not ready for this smoke from me, man. People, just because you don't know the law doesn't exempt you from it. But listen, y'all, I kept y'all guys long enough. I'm going to take me a little break, take me a little nap. Get on later on. I am going to get to some, I know a lot of you guys are waiting for me to get to my gaming content. I will get to my gaming content shortly. I got to take me a little break, get some food in my stomach. You know what I'm saying? And chill out, cool out for the family a little bit. And I'm back on in a little bit. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to the channel and hitting the like button. I am so blessed to have you guys here on this channel. Over here, we are non-biased. Over here, we go for what's right. I don't care if it's man or woman. If it's right, that's what we sticking to. That's what we do over here. Y'all already know I'm your host, Michael May. Thank you for being here at the Hear Me Out podcast in association with True Hall of Fame Builds. I love y'all. Y'all tu sabe. I'll see you on the next one. Wepa.